YouTube's Cape Barracuda. It's a 1968 Barracuda Fastback. Original color was a blue with white interior. This one was a straight 6 car with the automatic on the column. At one time it had a V8 in it with dual exhaust and stuff. Right there's the exhaust that was on the car. I picked this up off Craigslist a few months ago, and really haven't touched it since I've had it, because as soon as I brought it home the very next day, code enforcement came over here and put a ticket on it for having an unregistered vehicle in my yard on a registered trailer. So I had to stick it in my backyard, and because you're allowed to have one unregistered vehicle in your backyard, sight unseen. So the car's been sitting under trees for a few months, and it was sitting outside exposed before I bought it. And yesterday I pulled it out. It was my birthday, and I like messing around with old cars and stuff like that, so I pulled this out to mess around with it on my birthday. Little private time to myself. So I took some 120 to it. There's some rust dust on it still. I haven't cleaned it off. I'm gonna get some more supplies today. But she's feeling fairly smooth. Still has the data tags on it. So you guys can read that. You can see the trim and the colors and all that stuff. She's cleaning up pretty good. I just was cleaning it up, taking the loose rust off of it. I'm gonna slap some protecting coat on it. I cleaned all these rails out with the wire brush. There's fish oil on the floor to protect it. Still has original sheet metal on it. It's 7:30 in the morning. The sun's coming over my head right now. This original rear quarters. A tree fell on it on this spot right here, right up into the rear window. This is a little crushed down right here. That's why you see this thick Bondo. They had Bondoed this whole rear quarter right here. It's all dented and weaved up where they had hammered it out as much as they could. It's in rough shape, but if you want a 68 Barracuda, you have to start with something. This is a start. There's not that many of these online for sale. It's really hard to find parts for it. There's not that many aftermarket parts for them. And the parts that are out there, they're expensive. The roof is all nice all around. The top, it's all solid. All the way around the windows solid. The channel up here is all solid, but it does have spots like this, but it doesn't go down in the channel. Excuse me. Again, I ran 120 over it yesterday on a DA, and then I took a wire brush and went over it. climbed down inside the engine bay and cleaned up the engine bay. Looks like they did a little hack job right here. This has a little bend in it. Gotta straighten that out. Probably hit right here and gotta push it back a little. See if I can get that. It's got a little bend in it. And I have another K member, but I noticed this K member got a nice dent in it. Hit something good right there, low. This did have a V8 in it at one time. You see, you got some dents right here from where they put the motor in, banged it around. Knock down this little scale that's up here. It'll come out looking nice. I'm just gonna continue to sand on it. I was watching some other YouTube videos on what people did to remove some old paint, and I don't know if I'll go with the aircraft stripper. I watched a couple of videos about the aircraft stripper. Because I just want to put something on it to seal it. I got it with the exposed metal and rusty surfaces and stuff like that, so I just want to kind of smooth it out, knock off the rust, and then just put a coat on it to protect it until I get around to touching it, or if somebody else wants to come by and look at it, they're not looking at a rust bomb, they're looking at something that's a little cleaner looking. And it'll expose holes and stuff, you know. I'm not gonna fill it with Bondo and stuff, so they can see rot and everything, you know. Not gonna do anything with this stuff down here. Probably should just cut it right off. But just figured I'd show you what I did to it, since I haven't done anything to it since I brought it home. There's a little dent right here, right in the door seam. Probably bang that back. This part right here is solid. So, I don't know if I got that, but that's pretty solid down there. Just I'll quickly walk around the other 68. It's all dirty. It hasn't been washed in months. I've had this car since July of last year, 2013. Bought it, I believe, on the 4th of July. And now it's March 2014. Engine bay is clean on this car. This one's pretty solid. I've been on online. I found some more Barracuda parts. I found a complete dashboard with wire harness for $300. Let's see, what else did I find? I found 2 doors, 2 fenders that actually came off this car for for $800. The guy selling it. So the doors and fenders that came off this car, $800, and they're really clean. And what else did I find? I've seen hoods in the past. There's no hoods on Craigslist right now, and I'm looking at Craigslist locally for parts. I've seen the dash trim that goes right here, the pad that goes, the lower pad and the upper pads. They want like $100 a piece for them. Those aren't online anymore right now. The only thing that I saw right now that I was interested in was, I seen the doors and the fenders for $800, that dashboard for $300. I seen a bench seat. This car originally had a bench seat in it. There's a bench seat with the armrest, with the headrests, all original. Got some splits in it and stuff. They want, I think, $150 for the front bench seat. Oh, and I seen a console for, I think, $200. Floor console for an automatic. Just to kind of give you some prices of what people are asking for stuff used. I've never seen any trunk lids used on Craigslist for either model. I've never seen any lights. Maybe I might have seen lights. I've seen bumpers for $50. I've seen hoods for $50, and I've seen hoods. I've seen several hoods online in my area. I'm in Florida, and I look the whole state of Florida. I don't just look in my county. I mean, this car came from the west coast of Florida. So the other one came from also in the same kind of area. This one came from Castleberry, Florida. I'm in Cocoa, Florida. So this one came out of Castleberry, Florida. And this one came out of Sumter Field, Florida. I think I'm saying that. I don't know. So Cape Cod Cuda signing out. Just wanted to kind of give you an update. Little scratch to it. I knocked some rust off it. I gotta go get some more supplies. I'll probably go get some 80 grit today and kind of bring it down to some metal, and then put a little protector coat on it, and let her sit until I find some more parts to slap on it. And in the same time, I'll probably try to show the car. I had the cars on Craigslist, and nobody's ever come and looked at them. A lot of calls. I've already had 100 calls on the cars and emails, and nobody's ever came and looked at the cars though. So Cape Cod Cuda signing out. Thanks for watching.